all 774 local government chairmen contribute to the police as you see them. I think apart from the police uniform, all those Hilux vehicles, all those jeeps you see police using were donated by state governors and local government chairmen. Some companies also make donations. All the banks donate those billion bonds you are seeing that don't belong to the police. Having said that, all the governors I know have also imported arms. The AK-47 and other weapons you are seeing for the police were donation from state governments. But you don't hear that one. That one is not covered on camera. I mean by cameraman and television stations and radio, because for security reasons. What you see is the Inspector General of Police collecting vehicles, shaking hands with a governor. But the weapons, the bullets and the guns imported on their behalf by the governors, that one doesn't come into public domain. But if the governors are doing this, then one of the governors thinks that he can now divide it to another, to the third party. The
vigilantes.
Because the simple reason that if you are in a position of Governor of Zamfara, you will feel really frustrated, and think that this self-help will answer your problem. For the simple reason that you have southern and western Zamfara, which has a border with Kaduna State and Kebbi State, is a very big landlocked area and very big forest, kind of savanna forest with a lot of even wild animals and so on. Therefore, some criminals find that place as their hideout. And anytime they like, they strike in either Benungwari in Kaduna State or in Bilbil or in all those places in southern Zamfara. And one police action, one police promise or the other did not yield any result. And the police themselves are scared to go there. Wow. So if vigilantes mobilize themselves to safeguard their small villages, and the marauders come in the night and massacre all those people for being vigilante, then the only superior difference is the attackers are armed. The local vigilantes don't have arms. So that's probably what dictated the governor's thinking. Now, how do you mobilize vigilante? Who train them? Who teach them? Who gives them the necessary weapon trainings and do's and don'ts? And once gun is a dangerous thing. American can tell you, even though they cannot they cannot live without it. Once you make a gun available, gun has a funny way of getting a job for itself.
What do you think should be done in this case now? Because since the governor has thought about this, it means that he may have slept over it before even voicing out, because it shows there that there's some sort of frustration he's got with the performance of the police.
Well, I think for the meantime, or in the meantime, I don't think there's any arrangement for any civilian to arm another bunch of civilians. If you are talking of anybody in government uniform recognized by a government agency, whether it is civil defense corps or police and so on, it is understandable. But vigilante, there's no regulation about it at the moment. And therefore, it will amount to, first of all, if you arm the vigilantes, what will happen later? How can you control the movement of those arms? What happens if they use it for self-help later? Because that's really what we have to learn a lesson from Niger Delta. What is happening in Niger Delta is the earlier part of it was that the arms came from the powers that be. But then later they know how to use it, and of course they use it now on anybody else who is not supposed to be even a victim. So Zamfara cannot be a different place. The governors or the government itself have to take a look. How can you make police more effective? Because this is a vote of no confidence on the police. If police in Zamfara and police everywhere else will be more alert to their duty and give them the necessary training. For example, if there is this idea, this problem of in Benungwari in Kaduna and southern Zamfara, how come there will not be a police helicopter? Immediately an attack takes place, a police helicopter takes off. They will see the attackers trying to escape. How do you, for example, somewhere in Abuja area, a family friend had a farm with about 100 cattle. they came and drove those cattle in the night. Actually, it was serious policing. You can easily take off, and you see those people driving the cattle and do whatever you have to do.
But how many helicopters do the police have?
Well, that's the problem. So where is the money? Where is the budget, the so-called defense budget? Where is it going? Because it looks like it's all going for overheads. It's all current expenditure. Maybe even what was the little that was put for capital, of course, is not taking care of their barracks. It's not taking care of their uniform. They buy their uniform. So what else?
Oh.
That's the problem.
All right, well, we'll have to let it go here. Thank you very much indeed for coming in. Alhaji Mahmood Othman is a public affairs analyst. Well, we've got more coming your way today on Sunrise Daily, so please join us again.
I beg, me I can't shout. How can you be somewhere? Today things are working, tomorrow they're not. As soon as I got the opportunity to switch to somewhere with real quality, I did.
When I used to work, you had to do something to get something. But over here, you get stuff for free. Free 6 months subscription on my BlackBerry.
This is the first place I've been where they actually treat you like a human being. I even brought my smartphone over from the other place and got free 3-month data bundle. Bros, how I no go switch?
Now I'm always on top because I have the perfect plan to suit my busy lifestyle. Uninterrupted communication, whether home or abroad. Easy life, postpaid from Etisalat. Who wouldn't switch?
Move to the network that gives you value. Switch to the Etisalat network and keep your number.
Etisalat, now you're talking.
In the face of the worsening security situation in the country, particularly in the north, residents and military personnel are devising ways of confronting the problem. For instance, a youth vigilante group, popularly known as Civilian JTF in Borno State, has been active in fishing out insurgents. However, the alleged arming of vigilante groups by the Zamfara state government is one move which some lawmakers are not happy about.
To arm the vigilante groups in Zamfara state with rifles is capable of further jeopardizing the fragile security situation in the state.
But a lawmaker had a different view.
If the gunmen know or the attackers know that the villagers are armed, the situation would have been different. And let me ask this question, Mr. President. Why is it that almost half of us here own guns? Are you sure? Yes. You have to retract it. It's a dangerous conclusion because you are not in their houses.
For some lawmakers, the motion raises some fundamental questions about the country's security apparatus.
The governor of Zamfara State has already acquired some of these arms and ammunition. And he did say so clearly. It is after he's gotten the arms and ammunition that he then approached the IG to grant him permission, which is being withheld by the IG. So the important issues here to debate really is that why is it so easy for anybody to acquire these arms and ammunition without any hindrance?
Are we from this motion now seeing challenges that will confront us when we encourage communities to participate in policing?
At the end of a debate, it was surprising that federal lawmakers rejected the recommendation calling on President Goodluck Jonathan to prevail upon the Zamfara state governor to rescind his decision to arm vigilante groups in his state. However, federal lawmakers asked President Jonathan to deploy more security personnel to Zamfara and other states with similar security challenges. From the National Assembly, Linda Akibe, Channels Television News.